everybody. The video today will be about how I study a spot from like zero information. So if I have absolutely no idea of certain spots, this is my exact process and how I'm figuring my way into these. For this, we will study under the gun versus bottom flat in a single raise pot. And the trainer that I'm using today is the one that I'm using mostly. It's PokerScientist. I've got some notes here. Just I've gone like I've studied a bit before, just to make sure I'm not wasting your time. Okay, so I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with this trainer. I'm guessing it's pretty general. So the game plan section is, you just put a spot, like two positions. If it's a 2-bet, 3-bet, 4-bet, and a flop, and you see the solution with multiple bet sizes. The trainer is, you play against the bot, and this is the feature that I'm using when I'm just beginning to study a spot, and I think this is very helpful for newer players or even for like older players, but who just are starting a spot for the very first time and they're just trying to figure it out. Bet sizes, general strategy on like into positions, right? Like, and yeah, I'll go through this and exactly how am I starting. So we'll choose under the gun versus bottom, 2-bet, single raise pot, 100 big blinds, and we'll study it from the perspective of under the gun. Okay, so this macro section is you can think about it as statistics or report in these two positions, and it will give you all the flops that they have calculated, and these are 1755. So, and using this I can see exactly like what to do, which are the boards that are 100% check, which are 100% bet, and I'll start from there, right? I'll try to figure out the easy patterns, because there are certain boards which are like 60% bet, 40% checks, that are more advanced, and it will take a while to figure these out. But as a starting line, I would like to know what is my general strategy, right? Is in these positions, should I be betting a lot? Out of position, should I be checking a lot? If I'm using a bet, which size am I using? Mostly, like in most cases, which are the boards that are bad for me, which are the boards that are very good for me, and we can figure this out from the checking frequencies and the betting frequencies, and based on the bet size, we can try to figure out exactly why is that board good for me, or why should we bet big or not, and so forth. So okay, so general, like from the get-go, this is what I want to see. Like, this is where I'm looking first, is how much checking am I doing on this in this position. 76% is quite a lot. So besides the very good boards for us, we will be checking a lot. Even if we are betting a small proportion of our range, so we'll only bet the good part of our range and the very specific bluffs. So I'm using this if there's a board that I have absolutely no idea. So if it doesn't go into 100% check or 100% bet, I'll just keep this in mind. Hey, it's in these positions I have to check a lot. So just probably, if you don't know what you're doing, just check it. You know, if it would be 20% check and a lot of betting, then I'll go the other way, and I'll say, hey, if I'm not sure what I'll do, I'll probably bet, you know, whatever the preferred size is, and you know, if even if it's not perfect, it'll still be, you know, in most of the case, it would be, you know, close enough to correct. Yeah. So what else is here? So yeah, I'll write this down and I'll try to have this in mind with any position, with all positions. This is the first thing that I'm doing. Just try to figure out the general strategy, the general bet sizes. Okay. The next one is I'll look for 100% check or 100% bet. In this case, because we are checking a lot, this will be a lot of boards, I'm guessing, that are 100% check. So we'll start with the bet, with the boards that I'm betting a lot. Let's start with 100%, with 25%. So these are, so yeah, I'm just clicking on it to arrange it. Okay, so we'll write a bit. Okay, close to 100%, right? So what can we see? And I'm looking for patterns. So I'm seeing ace king, ace king, ace king, three broadways, again, ace ace, ace ace. I'm seeing these a couple of times. Again, ace queen queen, ace king 7. So you know, I'm seeing a pattern, right? So the first thing would be ace king, ace king. Now it has to be mentioned that it's probably ace king with a high card being the third one, but ace, so ace over 10, okay, over 9 maybe, who knows. Okay. So I'm seeing a lot of these. Anything else? Okay, king jack again. Let's look. Right, like here at 50%, these are not 100% c bets, right? Like even before. I'll stop generally at 80, maybe even 75. You know, people are not defending correctly, so even these could be 100% bet. And you know, if it's 13% check, means that it's, you know, 86% betting. So I'll just simplify all of these into one bet. Yeah, I guess somewhere here I'm stopping. Ace king, king jack. Yeah, maybe not putting. I'm not putting king jack into my 100% bet. But even this could be done. It's probably not a big difference. Let's look here with 40%. Are these anything that's interesting? King jack, king 9-9, king queen maybe. King king, king jack jack, king king again, king king. I'm seeing a lot of kings here with this 40% bet. Yeah. So what I would do, I mean, me personally, I don't have a 25% bet in this position or 40%. I'll just have 1/3 or 30%, and I'll mix both of these. So, you know, if I'm seeing like if it's 60% with 40, it's probably like 75% with 25, right? So of course, if you're betting, I mean, let's say if it's like 25% checking here, you know, with higher c-bet size, the frequency goes down. So if I would be betting a bit smaller, probably, you know, the frequency would go higher. So, you know, if I'm betting smaller, then this will go up. So I'm also putting a lot of king highs. I'm seeing here, king queen, king high boards, king jack. I'm seeing king jack jack. You know, maybe even some queen something. I'm not seeing them, but maybe. But for now, it's just a lot of king highs. King 7-3 even. Okay. So that would be, for now. I will go in depth in a bit. Now I'm looking for big bet sizes. Now, even from this, like 2%, 2%, I'm seeing that probably there's not too much 80% and over bets, but you know, I'm still looking into it. Maybe there's a very specific board and it's very easy to apply in practice. So, you know, maybe let's see. Okay, so 80%. No, okay. So let's see, for 80% is trip boards and some check highs, I guess, with mid frequency. Check 3, check deuce, check 3-3. Okay. I'll open this. Oopsie. Let's see. Oh, okay. 3-3-3. Again, it's betting a lot. Yeah. So for this is three boards at 80 plus, I guess 70 plus c-bet, right? Because even threes here, they use 80 or they use 40%. So you can actually look at this. So it's probably around here. Ace. So maybe I'll cut this and I'll make just another section because it seems very easy to replicate. Trip boards. Yeah, just bet half probably. One pedoy, yeah, 1, 2 pot c-bet with range. Right, there's 0% checking. I guess on these boards you can probably go even higher, like 80%, but since I'm not sure about this, I would just go 50% and should be fine. Maybe you're losing a bit of EV, but it's not a big of, yeah, that big of a deal. So let's go back, any board. Let's look for 80%. What else? Queen Jack 10. Okay. Queen Jack 10. Yeah, Queen Jack 10 twice. Okay, again. So definitely for, I guess, 40% frequency. Okay, check. Then I'll go for paired, and I'm looking for 80%. So I just saw some check pair boards, and now I'm not seeing them anymore. What's going on? Huh. This is a bit weird. Oh, okay. Now I'm on. Yeah. I didn't change these. So, again. Oopsie. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So paired. And let's look for a lot of big bets. Okay, so check 3, check deuce, check 3 3, check deuce deuce, check 4. Okay, very specific, I guess. I'll still write this down. When x lower than 5, plus 2 low cards. Yeah. Okay. And I'm going down to first page. Let's look for some other. I'm also looking for big bets, like 80% bets, where it is definitely the preferred size. So something like this, right? On King 5, even though there's a lot of 80% betting, there's also a lot of 40%. So how I would understand this and what I would do for like simplification, I would go for half pot, right? Something like this. Because 20% big bet is kind of like 30% here, so probably the average is somewhere in between, right? But if it's something like this is definitely the preferred size, right? Like with this, it's not really relevant. Even like here, it's a bit of a mix. I'll still probably go for half pot. Okay. What else is there that I probably missed? Not really. There's not really anything. 80%. Okay, let's look for overbets if there's any. So it's actually the trip boards now. Did I miss this or? Really? So now I'm looking this button just transposes this into a game plan. So I'm looking at the result. This is an overbet. Okay. King deuce, trips and low boards. This is actually, and it kind of makes sense, right? Because you just have a lot of overpairs that nobody has a deuce, nobody has a 3, or yeah, nobody really has low cards. Okay, so I'll write it here, except, and to what, 666 probably. Yeah, I'll make another section for trip, no, cbet, and it's these. What else is here? Like paired 4 deuce. You know, let's give some examples so I keep in mind. Okay. 4 30 40% frequency. Okay. Again, let's write some frequencies here as well. This is again 40%. Yeah, I guess all of these are 40%. So let's write it like this. For 40% frequency. Okay, now let's look for 100% C bets. And after I'm doing all of this, I'll go in depth with boards that seem weird to me, like it doesn't really make sense. Because there might be some boards where we don't really understand why are we closing. Like with these 100% C bet on king highs, I think it makes sense, right? We have a lot more king X than the button has, because probably he's 3-betting a lot of, you know, ace queen, king queen, like the top of his range. Ace king X is I'm actually surprised the bet is not a bit more polar, like you know, a big, like an overbet, something like this. I'll look into it and see exactly why are we choosing the small size. Ace a6, I'm guessing this is because we have more aces. Yeah, but let's make a general strategy and then I'll look into it a bit more in depth. So okay, so 100% checks. I'm seeing a lot of connected 10 high flops, even queen high flops. Now this is weird, right? King jack 10 is 100% a check, but I think on the 100% c-bet page we saw a lot of small betting with this type of hand. I'll definitely look into this one because this seems very weird. I'm seeing it's this specific flop, so there must be a reason, just based on ranges. Jack 10, decently connected. Yeah, the button still has some like some 10s and jacks in his range, and I guess there are a lot of bad turns, and whatever we are betting, we are not really, we don't really have a lot of fold equity, besides if we overbet him, I would think of. So jack highs, okay, ace and 2 middling cards. Okay, let's look at this and get this into the game plan. Again, 9-8, very connected. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of like very connected hands. 6, 7. Yeah, these are just 100% checks. Even something like 10, 9, 4. Jack 8, 4. 100% bad. Checks. And to be honest, in this type of with like 70% check, I'm not surprised. And probably we should just stick to the betting, right? Because if I'm betting 80% c-bet on these flops and some overbetting on these and very specific king high flops and ace king, I'm betting close to 100%. I'm guessing on a lot of other boards it's 80% plus check. Okay. So yeah, probably I'm wasting my time like this and probably should go the other way around. Try to find the 0% checks. Yeah. Let's go more in depth here. So again, ace, king, king, queen, king 5-3 even, king, king, ace, king, king, queen. Yeah, I'm literally only seeing king highs. King 3, king jack. I'll put this one of these in game plan to see exactly why do we have an advantage on king high flops. There's nothing really standing out besides those flops and maybe some check highs like jack pair flops and those trips. Okay. Like here 50% is, this is kind of like the middle ground, and this will take some advanced study, like a lot of time to figure out this type of boards, because I'm guessing these are very mixed. Just from what I'm seeing, there's a lot of everything here. I can't really find the pattern. Okay, so I think we have a good idea on what boards to bet, and yeah, checking just if it's connected. I will be checking a lot. I still want to see those ace 9-8. Let's start with this and see exactly what's going on. Okay, so how am I studying from here is I'm taking a screenshot. I'm checking this. This is the panel of exactly what type of made hands I have on the flop, and usually the answer of the betting frequencies and sizes are here, and I'll explain. Okay, I'm checking. Okay, so 3 of a kind, 4 versus 5, so there's a small advantage. 2 pairs, again, small advantage, not enough to make it a 0% check. Top pairs, 31, 28, 23, sorry. Middle pairs, 16 to 16, low pairs, 12. So I'm only seeing 4%, like maybe even less here in the top range, and this is enough for me to check. That's interesting. That's very interesting. The EV is, yeah, we are getting crushed. But why exactly is this? Only 1.5. This is quite particular. Maybe let's look into these and maybe we'll find a reason for this. I guess we don't have, 9-8 and 9-8 is at a frequency, but also he doesn't have the sets at 100% pure, and we do. 9-8, yeah, ace 9, ace 8 he doesn't have. This is a very strange. situation. Well, first of all, it's an ace high, so we don't have a lot of incentive to bet. But still, it's yeah. To be honest, I'm not seeing it exactly. Why is it so bad? Like this board is so bad for us? Because we still have some ace king, ace queen that we have some advantage. We have some advantages in sets, aces, nines, eights. I don't know. If somebody knows, write it in the comments, let me know. Cause yeah, I'm not seeing it. Let's go with the next board. So king jack 10. We are 100% checking. Actually, I don't have to do the screenshots. I'm using the screenshots because if I'm taking an action and if I'm looking at the button, this will only show me the percentages for the action that I took. So if it's like 50-50, this will not be for the whole range. But in this case, since it's 100% one action, I can just look like this. Okay, so straight advantage, three of a kind advantage. Well, I guess it is an advantage since we have a lot more things that miss this flop, I guess. So maybe like the jacks and tens that he has is just a bigger part of his range. I'm not questioning I'm not starting to do the maths on this. Yeah, 2 combos versus 9 combos, but I guess the range is just much wider. Okay, 2 pairs. No, so it's mostly just the 4% at the top. Again, top pair, we should have an advantage over pairs as well. And in the middle of the range, we do have some middle pair advantage, but it's not really that big. Yeah, this is not really an incentive for betting. I guess we just don't, we just don't have the advantage at the top of the range, and again, it's a board that we don't have a lot of incentive to bet, because if we already have something, it's we are not really scared of a lot of cards, or at least we are scared enough that we don't want to put more money in because he has more flush draws. But again, just a thing to remember. But actually, I would look at king queen 10, because that I remember that was a board where we did bet quite a few hands. Yeah, so this is a lot of betting. Let's look at this and see why is it so different. Okay, so we do have 4% in straights. Yeah, again 1% here, but it's already 6% in the top range, even over bets, even over pairs. We have a lot of these. Yeah, top pair, middle pair. Really, we have advantage everywhere. It's just, yeah, we are just crushing this board in every way. Guess he just doesn't have enough ace jack, but this is because he doesn't flat ace jack off, and we have everything in ace jack. We have every combo that, and offsuit hands in terms of combos are a lot more than suited hands, as you as you know. Okay, well, very particular board, and let's look at some king highs, because this is the only board that we are allowed to bet, very carelessly, let's say. We do have an advantage here. We should not be scared of a lot of turn cards. I'm guessing not a lot of raises going on from the bottom here. Let's see. 10%. Decent. Let's see how we are in terms of combos and made hands. Nobody has advantage in sets. 2 pairs, the same. Over pairs a bit. Top pair, yeah, 10% over pairs. We are really crushing this. So because we are opening, and by the way, this is a very, maybe not everybody's playing this range. Now nowadays, with all the solutions that are out there, we kinda like we are starting to pick this one up, that hands like king 6 suited in 100 big blinds cash is better than 5-4. In the past, people used to love this type of hands. Nowadays, we just know that the top pair combo and the fact that we are blocking some top pairs is just more valuable than what we thought before. Let's look again. Top pairs 20, whatever the board might be, the king high board we still have that 10% advantage because it's based on the king. Yeah, let's look for some, and then, so I kind of have an idea right now which type of boards are decent to bet, and now I'm wondering if there is something close to this type of board that we might not be 100% bet, but 80% bet or 70, or still a good board for us but not insane. And I would probably go for queen, right? Like queen highs. Let's see how we are doing in some of these boards, because I'm guessing everything between below a 10 is not great. Yeah, jacks, we saw there's this middle ground. Aces, some aces connected, not great. Ace king, I'll also look at ace queen and see how we are doing on that, because I feel like that's the threshold for let's go for something like this. Okay, not a lot of batting. Let's change the flop. Queen 7-3 rainbow. Actually, I shouldn't have changed the flop. Just look at top pairs. 16 versus 17. We don't have an advantage. We do have a bit of an advantage in over pairs and sets, but that's not good enough to bet out of position. So yeah, just not a great board for us. Now the next board would be, let's look for ace queen, ace queen 4. Okay, a bit of betting, not too much. We do have ace king, ace queen, and queens and aces here, so I was expecting a bit of betting, maybe a bit more than this. Let's look for 3 of a kind, 2 pair. Okay, there's no. So 8% in 2 pairs versus 5%. That's interesting. Yeah, even though we have these combos 100%, they are just they just take a bigger proportion from this range. Seeing, so we actually don't have an advantage here. I mean, not an advantage that is big enough for us to bet a lot. Maybe let's look at one more. Oops, ace, queen, 6. This is with a flush draw. Probably even less betting because yeah, we don't have as many flush draws as he has. Yeah, this is also a thing that you can look for in with these tables, is if you put the draws, right, flush draws. If you put like a 2-3, let's look at this. If you put a board that doesn't hit anybody, so something like this, and you're looking for flushes, because usually in these positions most of the flush draws are, you know, like broadways, like queen jack on or ace jack or something like this, and you're just looking for draws, flush draws 8%, 9.5. So yeah, he has a bit of an advantage at in the flush draw department. So every time there's like a two-tone board, we do a bit more checking than if it's a rainbow. Let's see. Okay, and after this I'll just look at some. So right now I think I have a decent idea, you know, for starters, you know, for the first day of learning, what I should be doing. And I would also look for some positions which are very close to this. So if I'm looking for under the gun versus button, I will also look for NP versus button. You know, it's still, you know, I'm the pre-flop aggressor, and it's still a single rate spot. It should be very similar. Yeah, 70%, 77% checking. Cutoff versus button as the cutoff, 80%, so it's even more. And I'll write this down because the next thing that I'll do, like tomorrow or the next learning session, study session, I'll keep learning under the gun versus button, and I'll keep in mind that in cutoff versus button there's even more checking. So that would be the starting point from that. Of course, this will not apply. There are some boards which will be different, but you know, the same thing that I did here with 100% boards and 100% checking, 100% betting, and this, I'll look for middle position and a cutoff, and I'll try to look for similarities, because let's say if I find the 3 boards that in all of these positions I do have an advantage and I can, you know, overbet or bet half pot with range, that's just so much easier, because you know, it's a lot easier to remember. And this is what I'm looking for in the beginning, just easy ideas that I can replicate very easy. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Thanks for listening in. I hope you know, I will see you again at the next videos. Yeah, see you.